Hi guys, I'm Kaz and I own Leap of Faith Coaching Services. Can't see the actual thing though, sorry. And I help clients to be their best version. Today I'm going to do a self-help section on what to do if you hate your job. So I know right now there's probably quite a few people watching this with me putting it out on a Sunday that are absolutely devastated that it's Sunday. Gutted that you've got to go to work tomorrow. Just literally counting down the hours until you've got to go to that hellhole that you hate and you're gutted and you want it to be Friday again. And that used to be me. It used to be a lot of clients, and it's maybe it's true for quite a lot of people watching this. There's very few people that absolutely love their jobs. So if you are feeling like that, and if you are kind of stuck in a job that you hate, it is normal, because this is how we were conditioned as children. We were told that when we grow up, we get a job, and as long as it pays the bills, then we should be thankful. And it doesn't matter whether you enjoy it or not. If you do enjoy it, that's a bonus, but that's not the actual point. The actual point is to earn money, to pay bills, to enjoy your life. So that thinking is quite logical, I would say. But then when you really, really, really dislike your job to the point where you're gutted that it's Monday morning tomorrow, how much of your life are you actually enjoying? Because the Monday to Friday, it's wake up, traffic, work, get back, sleep, repeat. And so we're longing for the weekend, but by Sunday, we're good that it's Sunday and we're waiting for it to be next Friday. So we're only really enjoying the Saturday. That's our only break from kind of feeling like crap, really. So before we start this, we've got to understand that this is instilled in us. It's instilled in us that this is what we do and it's normal. And any solution or any thinking that doesn't go along them lines will be immediately rejected by our brains. So as I'm about to say any of this, you're probably already thinking, oh, well, that's all right, but it's just not going to work for me. It's different for me. I've got 2 kids and loads of debt, and I'm in absolutely got mortgage up to me eyeballs. I won't be able to leave this job and won't be able to do it. That thinking is immediately kind of lost you the game, because if you don't think it's ever possible, then your brain will not go to look for the solutions. So it's important to stop telling that story about how you're stuck and you're screwed and you're in this job that you definitely can't get out because it's impossible, because that takes all of your kind of options away from you and all of your power away from you. It's much better to turn that around and say something along the lines of, this is a temporary thing for me. This is just a stopgap. This is just something that I'm currently doing to pay the bills, but it's not going to be forever. Once you say something like that, rather than say, I cannot do this, I have to stay in this job, I have to stay in this job, no way around that thinking, then what that does is it turns into a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you've blocked yourself off from any solutions to that problem. So firstly is always to open the possibilities up for yourself. So instead of saying that you definitely can't do it, is to say that this job is just a temporary thing for you. It's something that you're doing to pay the bills until you find something different. So now that we're open to new possibilities, now you're going to say to me, okay, so I'll leave this job and I'll get a job doing sort of the same thing, but for a different company, different people. The job's a little bit different. It's like 500 more a month as well, and yeah, and that's again what we do, and that's jumping from the frying pan into the fire, because you're not really figuring out what you want to do with your life. You're just sort of taking where you are and assuming that is the playing field that you've got, and then just circling that playing field. So you've started off with who you are in your job now, and you've just thought a little bit outside the box, a little bit more money, a different company, a little bit more, whatever it is, but it's still sort of the same thinking. And eventually, because you're not actually following what you want to do and just doing a job, what will happen is it will just turn into the exact same situation, and you'll just end up hating it. And if you look back, when you've done that before, it's probably the case. So the trick is always going to be, find out what you're passionate about and start there. Find out what it is that you love to do more than anything, what you do for free, what you do in your spare time, is to find them things and then figure out how to make money doing them. So you might love singing, you might love writing, you might love making jewellery or making soap or anything like that. Anything that you love, it could be that. So the questions I sort of ask my clients who I'm doing this work with is, if success was guaranteed and you had all the money and all the time in the world to do it, what would you be doing with your life right now? So if it was guaranteed, you couldn't fail, guaranteed success, you had all the time to do it, all the money to do it in, what would be the thing that you would be doing? And that will be the thing that we need to be moving towards. So let me just turn my page. So once you've found out what it is that you love to do, like singing or writing or making candles or jewellery or whatever it is, you've got where you are. So well, let's choose, for example, singing. So now you're going to say to me, right, all right, Kaz, this is fair enough if you're like 19 and look like Britney and you want to be a singer, but I am 45, I've got 3 kids, I've got loads of mortgage. But you think I'm just going to leave me 25k a year job to be a singer? Firstly, I'm not going to do that. Secondly, it's not going to happen. Who's going to employ me as a singer? So that's a valid argument. So first, what we need to do is if you have said that to yourself there, you've immediately completely blocked yourself off from all possibility. You're assuming that in order to make money singing, that you have to be Britney Spears, and because you can't be Britney Spears, that it's not going to be a thing that's possible. And so because of that, block yourself off from any going forward, because you would just think it would be pointless. That's why I've used quite a hard example as well. I'm sorry, I just thought it's falling out. It's gone weird. It's going to pop out in a minute. So that's kind of where we're starting from, and I've used the example of singing because it's a more difficult example. So say you're 45, say you want to do singing, say you're not going to be Britney Spears, that's fair enough. We start from baby steps. So you know that you can sing. You can sing on a weekend, you can sing at clubs, you could sing for friends and weddings, there's a million different ways to earn money singing rather than just be famous singing. But unless you've kind of opened yourself up to the possibility of that, then you won't even think of that. So another example, a client wants to bake cakes, wants to open a bakery, loves to bake cakes, absolutely has blocked themselves off from all possibility because they're saying, right, okay, I'm a lawyer, I'm not going to leave my job being a lawyer because I'm never going to be able to earn the sort of money that I earn now baking cakes. Fair enough. So what we would do is we would start by saying, okay, you're not going to jump straight into it, but what if you could reduce the hours at work? You could drop a day by doing what you love. You could go part-time eventually by doing what you love, because you can earn money on the side doing cake baking. You could earn money at weekends doing singing. If you've already got them skills and you're already there, then you can start earning money, which will give you the freedom to drop a day at work. It's to start small. It's to start thinking and moving in that direction. So how do we do that? We stay at our current job, stay there on a temporary basis. start working towards our goals in small steps. So is there anything that we need to do? Do we need to retrain? Do we need to do a course in cakes? Do we need to do a course in singing? Do you need to do a life coaching course? So for example, when I decided to not pursue teaching, it was like, okay, I want to be a coach, so what's my next step? So my next step was, right, okay, what do I need? So to find out what you need, just doing the research to find out what life coaches earn, what cake makers earn, how much you can get from singing for an hour down the local pub on a Saturday night. It's doing research like that so that you can figure out exactly when and how you'll be able to start reducing your hours at work, reducing the time that you're spending there. And then you'll probably say, well, I don't have the time to kind of do that because I'm super, super busy. And then it's taking kind of a hard look at yourself as well and thinking, okay, so how much TV am I watching every day? How much time am I spending on video games? How much time do I spend on social media? And it's looking at, is that time massively relevant and needed, or could that time be used to further me towards my goal? Sometimes until you really, really hate your current job, you'll not even be in a place where this will be a thing because you'll not have the motivation to kind of do it. But a lot of us do because you really, really hate your job. So take steps towards it, and then you've got to start owning it as well. So instead of saying, I'm Sally and I work at Tesco's, you would start saying, I'm Sally, I'm a trainee writer, or I'm training to be a life coach and I currently work at Tesco's to pay the bills. By owning what you want to do and not just identifying with the thing that you do to make money, that also helps you to move in the direction of what you're doing. And quite soon, you'll have yourself convinced of you being that as well. And the more that you tell people that that's who you are, the more that it becomes who you are. So, when Googling this and when going into this on YouTube about how to leave your job, nobody tells you how to make your current job better right now. So while you're moving towards your goals, that might take 2 years or something. It might take a year. You might not be able to go part-time for 6 months, a year, 2 years. So how do you kind of make where you are now feel less icky than it does? And this one's quite easy. So you've got into a habit now of hating your job. Tell everyone that you hate your job, talking about all the things that you hate about your job. It's become a habit, it's become a belief, it's become a kind of a program. So what we've got to do is you've got to start writing things that you like about your job, even if it's that you sit next to someone that's cool, or that they serve a really nice jack of potato in the cafe at work, or that the holidays are good, or that you've got a nice desk. Anything that you can that isn't what you hate about your job, you've got to list 10 things every day. You've also got to kind of appreciate the money that you're getting. So rather than saying stuff like in one hand out the other, which is what we do quite a lot, is saying thank you for the bills that you're getting to pay with the money that you've earned from that job. So if you're begrudging paying a gas and electric bill, then you're going to feel like you've worked for nothing because that's just gone straight out to Joe Blogs and you don't even know owns Empower, and you're that used to the electric in your house that it's not a thing. So just take time to sort of imagine what life would be like if you didn't have money to pay all them little bills, the phone bill or the council tax or the gas and electric. If you wake up in the morning, you've got no water, or you've got no heating and it's cold, then you're really going to start appreciating having them commodities. So it's about switching our thinking. So what do we like about our current job? And appreciating the money that you are getting, while designing the dream life that you do want and moving towards that in small steps, any way that you can, and starting off with the idea that you will just start making a bit of money doing it, or take steps in that direction, and then eventually with the view to not leave your job immediately or straight away, but to reduce the hours that you're there, so it frees up more of your time to actually enjoy your life. earning money to pay bills is absolutely not what we're here for. We're given talents and loves and likes and wants and passions because that is what we're supposed to be doing. And if you think for 1 second that the things that you love to do, like singing or like helping people, that you can't find a way to make money doing that, then you're delusional. There is nothing in this world that we can desire in our heads that the universe wouldn't allow us to manifest. If you love it and you're good at it and you want to do it, there is a way to make money doing it. I can guarantee that. And I've yet to see a client who has managed to be the exception to that rule. I've yet to see it. So it's been 15, nearly 16 minutes there. I was not expecting that. Any comments or questions or lovely things that you want to say about me, just pop them below and I will answer them. And thank you again for joining me and for supporting this channel. So thank you and have a beautiful day. Bye.